What's up, my friends? Kobe White over 23.5 points and rebounds. He has been money on this prop over the last week or two. With no Zach LaVine in the lineup, we get a lot of minutes. In fact, we've had 45, we've had 40, 38, and 39 in the last four without Zach. We had a matchup against Milwaukee on November 30th where he finished with 23 points. Now, his floor for scoring points has been very high at 19 plus points in 8 out of the last 9 games. The rebound chances continue to climb and climb and climb. And part of that is just because he has a lot of time on the floor. He gets the extra rebound chances as teams are just chucking it up against the Bulls from downtown. They give up the most three-pointers per game in the NBA. And that's good for guards for rebounding purposes because they get longer rebounds. Hits hard off the back of their iron and bounces out towards the three-point line. These guards and wings get a chance for a few extra rebounds. It's the bigs that sometimes get fewer boards against teams that are chucking up threes. And when the Bulls are giving up the most threes in the NBA, guys like Kobe White have an opportunity to have 2 different 9-rebound games in the last 4 games. So while the scoring has been at 19 plus, he's also had some very high rebound games, which gives us the upside for him to hit the over at 23.5 in both ways. Not just, he needs a really good scoring night. Now, he can have an average scoring night, still rack up 9 boards at 15 points and finish at 24 and hit the over. Now, if you want to add in the assists, nothing wrong with that as well. He's been hitting 6+ assists in 3 of his last 4 without Zach. And if you go PRA, it's at 29.5. In fact, some books at 28.5. And he has averaged 34+ in just about all 4 games. There's a lot to like here for Kobe White. A lot of minutes, a lot of field goal attempts, a lot of three-pointer attempts, and the rebound chances continue to hike up and should continue to be plentiful for as long as Zach is out. I'm taking the over, locking it in. Now, I'm on a 27-6 NBA run specifically. NFL, a little bit shakier on a 6-5 run. So just one prop above 500, just about break even on the actual overall units for NFL. So we're focusing on the NBA a little bit more. I'm going to look at the optimizer right now because that, my friends, I think honestly, as I pushed the optimizer, this 100% free optimizer, by the way, top play in the NBA's NFL slate tonight is Jordan Love under 1.5 passing touchdowns, a 59.49% implied probability that he hits the under based on the odds. Remember, research has nothing to do with it. This is not data driven. This is not trends driven. This is not matchup driven. Nothing. The only thing that matters when we are playing on these fixed price sites and when we're looking at the implied probability are the odds. Minus 152 on Pinnacle, minus 150 MGM, Caesars, DK, minus 145. Flip for Nutters get it this at minus 165. When you take the average of all these odds, you do a little math equation, bang, you get a 59.49% implied probability, the number one play on the board, and you'll see all the other plays around these odds right here at this average minus 147 odds. You actually, my friends, won't see any other options. Some of these sites, they're not even putting options up. The ones that do, they're bumping it from a 2.5 juice to the over. They put it at a 3. So to find this in the middle of a sea of blanks or full, flat, round numbers of 7, 4, 7, 10, that is kind of wild to get that upside. Now, Christian Wilkins under 3.5 on PrizePicks, 3.5 tackle assist. The next best play, 58.4% implied probability, so on and so forth. Matter of fact, here's another example before we get back to NBAs. Darius Slayton under 2.5 receptions on PrizePicks, a fine option. And then you go look at the sports books. Pinnacle minus 142, minus 140 MGM, minus 137 Caesars, minus 135 DK, minus 155 Flip. Well, check this out. Get an outlier line. This, my friends, if you go research this and you're like, man, I love that line. This is a good pick. Well, there's good value here. Taking the minus 122 on FanDuel, under 2.5 receptions. So if you play it as a straight pick, that's the best odds. If you play it here, that's the best DFS play. If you're using this right here, these plays based on the implied probability, you are focusing on using this as an optimizer. If you're using it to find the best plays on sports books, this is your standard odds shopper, my friends. You can make it easier by just clicking each individual site, like sleeper only, and then you can see all the sleeper picks only and just grab the top ones if you want to do it that way. Totally up to you. Now, let's go look at Kobe White. I've got the NBA one up, and I think there's probably some good plays here we can discuss. And again, I just want to look at the Kobe White odds because I want you to find the best plays. I'm going to remove the date and the matchup. I don't care about those when I'm betting. I just want the odds. That's all that matters to me. Now, again, we want the over 23.5 board. So we've got the 19.5 points here. Looks like the lean is to the over as I'm scouring these books. And then if I'm looking at the rebound section, very similar, over 3.5 rebounds on the DFS apps is available. And then you got minus 140, minus 120, minus 138 to the over, minus 127. So the lean is also slightly to the over on the rebound. So you got both props with the lean slightly to the over. And that is usually when you see this at like a 24.5. So I got a feeling that we potentially see this move to 24 today, if that's the direction the odds go. But who knows? You never know. It's very early in the morning. Mathematically speaking, I will say this. If we're doing just the data, Kobe White is not a very good play on PrizePicks, underdog, parlay play, or sleeper. This is a data-driven analysis play. I like it based on what I found. The fact that we have played this like 3 out of his last 4 games, and he keeps it in the over for us. This line just feels low. I'm taking it. Now, again, this is 100% free. You can use the DFS optimizer here. Use it on your own when you want. All right, you can see me scrolling down here, trying to look for best plays, and bang, there you go. Max juice over 4.5 boards per the math, per the odds. Juice to the over virtually everywhere. DK last book, you could grab that. That's probably A-okay, minus 130. But honestly, values on sleeper, values on PrizePicks. So if you want to just take the Strus and pair him with the Kobe White play, mathematically speaking, this is the best play on the board on PrizePicks. Now, again, I am a huge believer in using this as a compass. This is telling me this is a good play. Then I'm going to want to go look at why. Like, why is this a good play? What makes this good? What's the data like? Who's in and out of this lineup? And then I went and I looked at it, and this is going to help you out hopefully a little bit. As I went and I looked, and I saw that Evan Mobley is out. Last time he was out, Max Strus played a lot of minutes. He ended up with 7 rebounds in 34 minutes of action. Rebound chances were sky high at 4.5 boards. We also see that he's juiced on the 5 books. So on PrizePicks, I think that that is a pretty solid play. The data backs it up. The minutes he should play back it up. The odds back it up. Now, again, this is totally up to you what you want to do with that information. I'm not locking anything in at 7 a.m. I am doing my best to just provide you value. So if you wanted a pair, if that's still there, go for it. But I'm going to tell you this right now. That Kobe White pick is going to be there for a hot minute. I tell you, it just is. The odds aren't going to move it yet. So what you can do, though, you hop on mysparry.com. It's 100% free. mysparry.com. I'll have 3 articles posted with betting picks, an NBA best bet of the day, optimizer picks of the morning, and then parlay picks. 3 articles and this optimizer totally free. Use this, and every 30 minutes or so, and look how good that play was, by the way, because look, all the other plays with that implied probability, they're not even available. They're not even available on the apps right now. And if they are, they're bumped. So to have that one way up there for PrizePicks, that's very rare to see something like that. It's very rare. So that is that's a really good play. You guys can use it if you like. But honestly, every time you come back here, there's this little refresh button right here. Every single time you click this button, all of these odds and plays and lines will change if they're updated. So Gafford, let's say he gets added to PrizePicks. If you click this refresh button, he'll show up right here in the PrizePicks category. Any of these odds change, or Pinnacle and FanDuel add him, or DK moves to minus 142, when you click that refresh, that will show that. I'm scrolling down and you can find more plays. There's always some interesting ones. Again, I use this as a compass. I want you to highlight. Man, this just shows how good that Strus play was. Like, there are not a ton of plays up here in this range. So when you see that, often I want to quickly go do the research. I want to find out if it's a good play based on the data. And it did look like a pretty good play based on the data and the math. And you just pair them together and you don't think twice. So I do like that play a lot. There's a lot of really good plays, though. If you can get plays above a 58.13% implied probability, which you can right now, you can find really good plays left and right. Again, this is your compass. Do a little data-driven analysis and make your choice. Here's how you'd set this up. Select DFS Optimizer, yes. Highest to lowest implied probability. If you want, you could select the markets only. If that's how you want to rock and roll, you could research players. You want to look at all the Jokic props for the day? Start typing in the word Jokic, the name, and you'll see when you do JOK, you'll see Nikola Jokic props pop up. Let's say you only are a sleeper picks player. Okay, well then turn the sleeper picks view on by just selecting that pick'em site. You can leave the other ones off, and then bang, 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 bang. You've got your top plays on sleeper picks. Max Struess is available there, which is interesting. And my gosh, I just really like this play. All right, it's just $14.99 down below to join. Get all my premium picks. I am now on an 85-43 premium run. 85-43. That's pretty darn good. Almost a 67% winning percentage. Of course, I've got about 8 to 10 other cappers, depending on what sports are available this week, next week, day by day. They're there. They're in Discord. $14.99. And if you want all the free stuff, mysparty.com. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. It's for the community. Just do me a favor. Like this video. Drop a comment after with your favorite player prop of the day or a question. I'll get to every single one of them. I love interacting with my YouTube fam. I'll see you in the comments section, my friends. Have yourself a day. Let's get paid.